is that time of year again. You have made it through Thanksgiving and Christmas. You've slogged through airports with your N95 mask on, and kids screaming and throwing up, and dogs probably peeing and pooping in the concourse. Diatribes about COVID from your drunk uncle, probably a MAGA bro somewhere in there, telling you that it's all a hoax. And now you stare yourself in the mirror, and it's New Year's Day, and you make a promise to yourself. This is where shit changes. 2022, I'm going to be a new me. Right now, starting today, New Year's resolution. So today, in the spirit of giving, which I'm so famous for, ask my friends, so thoughtful, they say, I am going to bestow upon the entire NBA a New Year's resolution in the hopes that every player and every team prospers even more, except for Philadelphia, in 2022. Let's start team by team in alphabetical order. Atlanta Hawks. Find a new workout routine. This team needs to pick up hot yoga or Pilates. They're always hurt. They need to stretch it out. They need to get more limber. This thing is like whack-a-mole. Every time someone comes out of protocol or out of injury, another one goes down. What they really need probably is a whole new training staff. To find a way to stay healthy. Somehow, some way, get yourself in order health-wise, because this is, if not the most injured team, they're definitely in the top of teams that are consistently out. Yeah, and as much as I enjoy seeing Lemon Pepper Lou come off the bench in for Trae Young in the Eastern Conference Finals, no one wants to see that this time around. Boston Celtics. Nurture true friendships. This one's good, I feel. The Celtics' New Year's resolution for 2022 should be to find peace and harmony in the locker room. Because Kemba Walker wasn't the problem, folks. And maybe, just maybe, the problem or problems are still there. And has a first name that begins with J. I'm not sure. And so how do the Celtics fix their friendship problems? Maybe find a nice retreat. Weekend at Martha's Vineyards. Do some trust tree work. Lean back into the arms of Dennis Schroeder. Find a nice house on Martha's Vineyard. I know it's the winter, but play board games. Maybe some Jenga. Drink hot chocolate. Share stories about all of the trauma and how you can't get over it and why your relationship with your mother is preventing you from passing the ball when you're double teamed. And maybe if it doesn't work, just trade one of those toxic ass players and bringing the vibes down. Like either one, I don't care. Brooklyn Nets. Find a side hustle. Kyrie Irving has somehow managed to work his way into this lineup halftime. What will he be doing with all his extra time? Hopefully, getting vaccinated. Plant-based vaccine. Maybe try a new cooking routine. Maybe reading a few more books on immunobiology or geology or geography. The world is not flat. Perhaps maybe even finding his way to a new religion. I think this is his third in 3 years that he's tried out. Maybe sharing some lotion with his teammates. Maybe making new lotions. Maybe new oils and lotions and tinctures for his man KD. They are good friends. Charlotte Hornets. Work on creating a more balanced life. Listen, Charlotte, we all love seeing you in transition. I love seeing LaMelo Ball diming Kelly Oubre or Miles Bridges. Oubre chucking from three. But don't you feel that shooting 50% and still from three and still being down 20 is draining? Like, don't you feel that maybe a more balanced attack could help you win some more games? I know you have a Plumlee, but play some fucking defense. Just try to play defense. So and don't play zone all day and night either, folks. Like, once you figure out how to play defense, literally maybe, just maybe, you won't need to scramble back down 30 in the second half every single night. It hurts me as a bettor. My heart is always shaken up by this. Chicago Bulls, take time to appreciate your accomplishments. Nobody has been more surprising this year than the Bulls. Maybe the Cleveland Cavaliers. So their resolution should really be to stop and smell the flowers. You're not a real contender, but so enjoy the ride. You know what I mean? Like, you're about to be like the surprise MAC team that makes the Sweet 16. And everyone knows they're about to get their doors blown off by Duke. But before they do, who knows? It's all possibilities. You know you're going to turn into a pumpkin because you're not for real. But you're close. And you did this basically overnight. You may lose Zach LaVine in free agency, but he's here right now. Appreciate him. Appreciate this moment. Because just like it all came together so fast, it could all just disappear just like that. Cleveland Cavaliers, get over your ex. Listen, LeBron's never coming back. I know you loved him. I know he was there I know you guys went through some hardship and he came back to you and then he left you again, but I do not think 3 times is a charm. It's time to move on for your supermodel ex who moved to LA and found someone so much better. I know you're in a tailspin you involved hitting rock bottom. Rock bottom is now over. It's time for you to forget about your ex. 22 or less wins in 4 straight games. You know, they've been awful, and you've cleaned your act up, and you're back on the market, and you're looking good. So keep playing that all 7-foot lineup. Keep climbing those standings in the East. Who cares about what he's doing? He's struggling right now. He misses you. He won't tell you, but he misses you. And that's, you should relish in that. As a soft 6 in the NBA market, 6.2 maybe, the fact that a 10.0 is missing you should be all you really need to know. Revel in the fact that he is in a dilapidated sinking ship in LA. But don't be too bitter about it. You're not a lifeboat, and his lifeboat is nowhere in sight. Sometimes the best revenge is just success. Just living well. The best revenge is living well. The sun is shining again in Cleveland. By the way, any update on Rubio? I'm not sure. I think he tore his ACL. He's out for the year. Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, this one's hard. You got to learn the lessons from your failures this year. No team needs to self-reflect about their past transgressions more than the Dallas Mavericks. Remember when the Mavs had all those sexual harassment claims? And apparently Mark Cuban didn't do anything about it, and then he was under fire, and Luka ran all of his coaches in front office away, and then the new coach had a book written about him because he didn't let his players go home for Christmas and ran one of them completely into insanity, out of the league forever. Like, I think all of those things were teachable moments. You know what I'm saying? So, Jason Kidd, if someone wants to go home and see their family during the holidays, let them. Luka, I know you played hard for Slovenia, but you chilled a little bit too much. Too many carbs, not enough cardio. Next off season, maybe spend some time in LA. Maybe just go a pescatarian diet instead of a plantain chip diet. Cake diet. Mavs are a team we're all waiting for to take the next step. And the reason and the way that they do that is learning from their ghosts of the past. Denver Nuggets need to start a dream journal. They do. Remember, you guys were in the Western Conference Finals in the bubble. What a time to be alive. That was your ceiling. It's time now to keep a journal of all the things that you wish for and hope for that will never come true. Like, you think you have an MVP, which you do. But the guy on the wing has a back injury, and we're not sure what's going to happen. Jamal Murray coming off of an ACL. Who knows when he'll be healthy? They're both out indefinitely. Jokic is having a record year, probably the best player efficiency rating in history. In history. So fill your dream journal. Fill your dream journal of all those times in the bubble, of double-doubles, and hope Jokic might somehow, some way, find a new team to prosper on. Oh, Detroit Pistons, your resolution should be to practice patience. The harsh truth is that Detroit, for the second straight year, is going to be the worst team in the NBA. And you know what? That's good. That's a good thing. Be patient. Adding Chet Holmgren or Paolo Banchero to Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, you might go from winning 15 games to winning 30 games. That's double your record. Sure, you're going to be 10-point plus dogs in so many games this year, but you're probably also going to trade Jeremy Grant for another first rounder. So who knows? If you trust the process, in 5 years, maybe you'll be a play-in team. Golden State Warriors, 2022, you should build a better budget. If there's one New Year's resolution that will help the Warriors in the long run, it's a vow to save more money. We all remember Kelly Oubre cost this team $70 million last year. Yeah, he did. That happened. That was absurd. They're projected to spend another $160 million in luxury tax payments alone. That is a shitload of money for guys like Bielicha and Otto Porter Jr. and Iguodala. Come on, folks. Figure something out. Get rid of the dead weight and save yourself some money. It's like when I buy a million cortados a day. Did I need that fourth one? Like, did you really need a Bielicha? Did you really need an extra guy off the bench? No, you didn't. Houston Rockets, it's time for you to clean out your closet. You're a lot of fun, but you have a $41 million skeleton just sitting there in the closet that needs to be gone. He's not even keeping quiet anymore in the back of the corner. He's taking up a lot of space. It's time to, up here in your heart and out in the world on social media, time to set John Wall free, people. May I suggest donating to another team? You're not going to sell this old-ass sweater on eBay. No one wants to pay for it. Just take the listing down. Come on now. Set him free. You set him free. The Clippers might want him. There's a few teams willing to take a chance on John Wall, but probably not for $41 million. So allow yourself to buy some new sweaters that you actually will wear and put on the court instead of this $41 million sweater with mothballs in them. Or an ACL tear or two. Indiana Pacers, I almost forgot to write you down. I wrote all 29 teams down, and I had not. Are the Pacers an NBA team?
That was the Mad Ants.
Is it the Indiana Mad Ants? Update your resume. You're a team that is so forgettable, I didn't even put you on this list. No franchise in the NBA wants star players less on their team than the Pacers. Rick Carlisle did not sign up for this bullshit. He did not sign up to take a job to rebuild a new team. They have a team full of, like, middle-of-the-road. You could call them stars. You could call them, like, celestial beings. I don't know if they're stars, but they're in the celestial situation. And this team treats them like scrubs. They have a team full of guys that they treat like G-Leaguers. They don't want to rebuild, but they want to trade every piece. Figure out what you want to do, and if you don't, get your resume ready because new people will come in and take that fucking job. LA Clippers, you don't need to buy things you don't need in 2022. Like, we know this team isn't the same without Kawhi. And now with PG out at least a month, panic is now set in. The Clippers need to fight the urge to do something dumb like trading for John Wall. That old-ass sweater. Listen, just wait. Be patient. Houston Rockets might just fucking leave him on the street. I got a chandelier for free in my loading dock. Who knows what you could get? If you wait long enough, John Wall might just be there, sitting by the dumpster for you. Come on now, folks. They've already made the mistake in the PG trade because, let's face it, wouldn't you rather have had Shea and all those first-rounders to pair with Kawhi than Paul George, who's also injury-prone, to pair with another guy that's injury-prone? Like, come on now. That would be a top-4 team in the West right now, and instead, that's what you ended up getting because you spent some money on things that you didn't need. So don't do anything to mess this up again. LA Lakers in 2022, I think you should consider therapy. We all lean on our friends and teammates for support, don't we? But sometimes it gets to a point where you need professional help. It gets to a point where you can't put all those troubles on the outside world and all the people who aren't qualified to hear all of your problems. Maybe spend some time up in the Bay and go into a place where you can see regular therapy. They can give you all your meals. COVID's everywhere. You're celebrating a win over the Houston Rockets. That's how bad it is. You're celebrating a win over the Houston Rockets like you beat the Bucks in the NBA Finals. You clearly need help. It's time. This is the year to get it. Time to reshift your lens on what the meaning of success is. Go inward, because the championship can no longer be your goal. It's just keeping LeBron James healthy.